Hello movers, and welcome to today's video. I'm Coach Rodrigo, founder of Barefoot Mover, creator of the Comeback program. And I'm very excited for this video today. It's a video that I wanted to do for a while. So I want you to please, if you watch it, if you do, let me know what do you think of the video, if you would like me to create more of this. Today, my goal is to present to you a 10 minutes, that's it, 10 minutes movement sessions for adults 40 plus that we all know that we are very busy. We don't have so much time. It happens with me, with my clients. Normally, we do 30-minute sessions. The goal is to do 3 times a week. Some weeks are okay. Some other weeks, some days get too busy. And sometimes we don't think like even 10 minutes can be something very positive for feeling better and start moving better and start building a body that can move well, we can be capable of doing things and also keep it like functional and healthy for a very long time. So I don't want to make it too long. I say 10 minutes. So it's going to be a follow along. So I'm going to be doing the session with you. So if you want, you can pause the video, get ready or save it to do it later. But this is a movement video, okay? So if you are ready, we're going to start. No equipment, just small space on the floor and your own body. I like to start with just taking a moment for a little bit of breathing. So you can close your eyes, you can come and kneel, you can find any comfortable position. The goal of this breathing is to check in with the body, set up the intention, right, to be present. Hopefully you can disconnect from everything else for 10 minutes. And then after 3-4 breaths, practice nasal breathing. Then we're gonna set up the base, okay, the hands and knee position. We're gonna look forward and we're gonna do a little rocking. Not much of warming up because we're gonna do the first round of the movement is gonna be the warm-up part. So a little rocking here, okay, a little circular motion, and then we're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna take you through 3 different movements, okay? 3 movements that we're gonna do 3 times each. So follow along with me. The first one, we're gonna start in this side bend seated position. We're gonna spend about 40 seconds on each movement. So from this position, so I'm sitting on my side, bending at the knees, bending at the hips. I'm gonna lean back and we're just gonna rotate, okay? Sometimes this one seems hard or confusing, but it's just from here, I roll through my feet. The goal here is to start bringing some movement, some awareness to the hips. You don't need to go all the way to the floor. Try to keep that breath. So this is gonna be our first movement on the first round because it's more as a warm-up. We're gonna do some variations of the movement, and then as we go, we can stay with the same movement or we can change it a little bit. So that's about 40 seconds. The second movement for this round, we're gonna start in this seated position. I'm gonna make sure that my feet are grounded, all straight lines here, and then so we're gonna start now. I'm gonna tuck in the chin, and I'm gonna bring my back closer to the floor. The goal here is to round the spine. Don't go too far, don't lose the feet, and try to come back. You can always keep the hands under the knees if you need some help, right? Don't go too far. Remember, this one is warm up. Notice when do you lose part of the feet. That means that you went too far, and then come back. So here is, can I flex? Can I round my back? Come a little bit closer to the floor and then come back. 40 seconds. Okay, and then our third, so this one is gonna be our second movement. The third movement is from that base that we set up earlier. We're gonna bring, so hands and knees, the hands slightly in front. I'm gonna tuck the toes under and I'm gonna set up this bear position. So I'm gonna try to bring the head in between my arms. I'm gonna look at my feet and I'm gonna start crawling in this way, okay? Looking at your feet. So I'm pushing
I'm going forward. I'm moving one limb. This is a common question. One limb from each side of the body. Few steps, keep them small, and then see if you can bring it back. Pushing from the hands now. Try to keep the shape. If you lose the shape, reset and restart. This is a very fun movement that challenge or trains the body in so many different ways. And rest. So that's the three movements. We did one round, a couple breaths, and we go back to the top. Now, we started here. We did the transition, so we're gonna start now. Rotation at the hips. Now, if you wanna add, we can try, instead of rotating to transition from one side to the other side, we can practice lifting the legs, finding the position on the other side. So you can alternate from one to the other one. You can always stay with the easier version, this one. It requires a little bit more strength around the hips. Push down here, lift. Notice what's happening with the breath. Don't need to rush. Of course, this is a good one to do more than once, right? So you can do it again tomorrow or the next day. You're gonna get better and better at these movements, but also what all these movements mean for the body when we can do it with more ease. So that's the first one. Now, the next one, we did the rounding and coming back. Now, if you want, be mindful, make sure that there's nothing behind, and you can just roll and try to come back, okay? So roll, that's one option. You can always keep building up here. Sometimes you can try to roll, hold the legs, and stay here. See if you can feel the whole back on the floor. If you feel like it's too hard, okay, because it's bumpy, that's fine. Stay here and keep working. It gets bumpy when we lose the capacity to move our spine. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. So this one is the spinal roll. Come back, and that's about 40 seconds. Take a couple breaths. So I'm doing about 40 seconds on the movement, 20 seconds to set up, and now we're gonna go into those bear walks, okay? So set the bear position, and here I'm doing about 20 seconds forward. So let's count. 1, 2, I'm counting step 3, keep them small, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna do 8 back. 1, 2, 3. You can always rest. 4. If you lose the shape, remember reset. Try to keep the steps small. And then I go forward again. Breathing. Feel the ball of the feet. Push from there. Couple more. And when we finish with this movement, guess what? That's the end of our round 2. So you see we're working movement, okay? A bunch of joints and muscles working together. It may be hard at the beginning. Don't make it too hard. Of course, if there's any painful positions, skip them and just let me know below. I can always give you some other options. All right, let's go for the final. You can stop there, of course, but if you have a couple more minutes and you have the energy, let's start from the top. So let's go here. Lift, transition. Remember, you can always go back to just bringing some movement to the hips. It's always a good idea to start. When we do this lifting transition, we start adding a little more strength. When you're in this position, I always recommend to push the legs a little bit. This may be uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, don't worry, it's very common. Push. We, as an adult, we don't spend so much time in these positions. And all positions that our body can make. But if we don't do them often, then we start to lose them. We can go from here to the seated position. In between movements, if you have time, you can take longer if you feel like if you start getting tired, okay? I'm doing again 40-20. Now here, remember, is rounding, coming back without losing the feet, or the more advanced version would be to roll, create momentum to come back. Notice if it's bumpy, the other option is to stay here, okay, and roll a little bit, and then come back. It's hard not to have fun with that one. Roll, we start creating momentum here, okay, seated. One more, roll, back, okay. Remember, if you get tired, you can always regress, and that will be 40 seconds, and we go for our final movement of our final round to keep it 10 minutes. Okay, so find the bear position, tuck the toes, check with the breath, okay, see if you can use the rest in between to go back to nasal breathing, get a good shape. This one, if it's challenging, if you feel awkward, if you're not sure if you're doing it right, completely normal, okay? But if we stick with any movement long enough, as far as it's not painful, then we can start improving, and with time, they become easier, okay? And again, it's not important that these movements are getting easier, it's how your body is restoring its capacity to move naturally and with ease. And that is the end of our session. I like to call these ones barefoot breaks. 10 minutes, okay? You can finish with, again, a little bit of rocking, maybe exhale through mouth if you need. Try to go back to your nasal breathing, and then find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. 3-4 diaphragmatic breath. In through nose, expand if you can, pelvic floor first, midsection, then ribcage. Exhale, release. Couple more of those. And there you have it. You did something for you today, even though not having a lot of time, no equipment, but these little sessions, if we are consistent, when we cannot do a big session, we don't have the time, taking 10 minutes for yourself, for your body, can make a big difference. If we do it consistently in the long term, makes a big difference. Okay? That is it for today. Thank you. Please let me know after you do it, after you watch a video, if you like these 10-minute sessions, how this movement felt, and if you have any other questions. Thank you. I see you soon.